Hello, and welcome back to another video with Profe Lau. I'm from the United States, and normally I make videos teaching English to Spanish speakers, but this video is going to be 100% in English for students from all over the world. In this video, we're going to look at the top 14 most common job interview questions and how you should answer them. And in some of them, I'm going to be sharing my personal answer, how I would respond if it were my interview. The first question is, can you tell me something about yourself? Now, you're going to answer this question in 3 parts. First, you're going to briefly introduce yourself. What is your name? How long have you been working as your current profession? Then, what do you love about your job? And finally, what are your top 2 to 3 achievements that are relevant to the job you're applying for? Now I'm going to read my personal response to this question as Profe Lau. I've been teaching English online for 6 years now. As a self-taught student of multiple languages, I'm passionate about making language learning as simple and realistic as possible. I've had one-on-one classes with hundreds of students from all over the world. Recently, my YouTube channel focused on teaching Spanish speakers has been getting enough views and income to be able to replace my private classes. I consider myself a unique English teacher because I teach how native speakers from the US really speak with the most common phrases and vocabulary, as opposed to teaching from the books that don't reflect how we really speak in daily life. Question 2. How did you hear about this position? Maybe you saw a job listing on a website. Maybe it was recommended by a friend. In addition to saying literally where you heard about this position, you want to show excitement and curiosity about this job opportunity and or the company that you're applying to. Question 3. Why did you decide to apply for this job? You're going to answer this question in 2 parts. First, what motivated you to apply for this position specifically? Second, why this company? Have you heard of them before? I wrote my personal response imagining that I'm applying to a traditional school, an in-person teaching experience. So this is what I wrote. I've only taught English online, and I would like to experience teaching in a traditional classroom environment. I think it will be a great new challenge for me, and it will be fun to interact with students in person. My answers are a little brief. I recommend elaborating as much as possible. So if you have more to say, great. The more, the better, as long as it's relevant to the question and the topic. I wrote very brief answers for the purpose of this video, but the more you can say, the better. Question 4. What are your biggest strengths? To answer this question, you want to pick 1 to 2 skills that would help you excel at this job. And then 1 or 2 personal skills that may not be related to the job. Here are some examples of key words that you can use when talking about your biggest strengths. Critical thinking, creativity, hardworking, leadership, communication skills, energetic, detail-oriented, teamwork, punctual, motivated, multitasking, organization or organized, logical, problem-solving, analytical thinking, good at working under pressure. After picking your strengths, talk about a situation or story that shows how you've used them in your past jobs. For my personal response, I wrote, learning languages by myself using the internet is something that comes naturally to me as a person with an analytical mind and a great capacity for memorization. These skills help me achieve fluency in Spanish, which in turn has helped me explain and teach English from the perspective of a Spanish speaker. Because of this, I've been able to help Spanish speakers understand and speak English better. Question 5. What is your biggest weakness? To answer this question, you want to avoid saying things like, I work too much, or I'm a perfectionist. Because, it's not a real weakness. You want to pick a real weakness, but not something that would prevent you from being able to do your job. Here is my personal response to this question as Profe Lau. I hold myself to high standards with my Spanish. Once I learn of one of my mistakes, I try really hard not to do it again. And in general, it's easy for me to correct my mistakes. My weakness is having a lack of patience for students who struggle to correct their mistakes and keep making the same mistakes again and again. However, I'm good at pretending like I have patience. Many students have even said that I'm very patient. It seems like my desire to be a good teacher has helped me overcome my natural lack of patience. We have a saying in English that is, fake it till you make it. And I think I have faked patience so much that I have started to become patient, but it is not something that comes naturally to me. That is my teacher confession of the day. Question 6. What do you know about this company? Before your interview, you want to do some Googling and learn the following about the company. What does their product or service do? What impact does their product or service have? What's the company culture like? What's the latest news about the company? How are they performing? And any other information that you can find about the company. That would be great to know before your interview. Question 7. Why should we hire you? You want to answer this question in 3 parts. First, why are you passionate about working for this company? Second, how do your skills fit their requirements? Third, how are you going to help the company solve their existing problems? Question 8. What are your salary requirements? When answering this question, keep these 3 things in mind. What's the average salary for someone of your skill level? How much does this company pay employees of your skill level? You can go on the website Glassdoor to see this information. How much do they pay their employees? Different things about the company. Check it out. Glassdoor. How much are you getting paid in your current company? You can probably negotiate a pay increase from what you're currently getting. You want to answer the question with your best pay, and in the worst case scenario, they will negotiate it down. Or you can answer with a pay range. For example, my salary expectation is around $70,000 annually. Or my salary requirement is in the $70,000 to $80,000 range annually. Question 9. Do you have any questions for us? There are a lot of things that you can say here, but you don't want to say, no, I don't have any questions. So here are some example questions that you can ask if they ask you if you have any questions. What does a regular day in this company look like? What's the best or worst thing about working for this company? What would you say are the biggest challenges a person in this position might face? What do you like the most about working in this company? What kind of opportunities do you have for future development? What is the next step in the hiring process? Question 10. What are you looking for in a new position? In your answer, you want to mention your short-term and long-term career goals and how this position relates to them. Question 11. Are you considering other positions in other companies? To answer this question, you want to express that you are keeping your options open, but that you favor this job in comparison to the others. Basically, you want them to know that there is a little competition, but you are very serious about this job and you really want this job. Question 12. What is the professional achievement that you're most proud of? For this question, you can structure your answer in 4 parts. First, start with the situation or context. Second, describe what your challenge or responsibility was. Third, talk about all the actions you took to address this challenge or responsibility. Fourth, explain what the outcomes were and how they fit with the overall goal of the project or company. For my personal response, I wrote, "My greatest accomplishment so far is the success of my YouTube channel. For 2.5 years, I've been dedicated to consistently making quality content and improving as I go. During the first 2 years, I created a lot of content, but didn't see much success on YouTube until about 8 months ago when I started to get more views and monetization. I started my channel with short videos, but recently I have started to make long videos because they generate much more income than the short videos. At first, I didn't know what to make long videos about, but I am the type of person who will figure it out as I go. I am always learning and trying to improve my videos. I have lots of big goals for my channel, and I know I will reach them with consistency and dedication. If I'm not happy with my teaching in a video, I will remove it and make a better one. It's very important to me that students find my videos useful and easy to understand. If I sound robotic, it's because that's what job interviews are." Question 13. What kind of work environment do you like best? To answer this question, you need to do 2 things. Before the interview, go through the company's website and social media pages to get an idea of the general vibe and environment there. Look at the employee reviews on Glassdoor, and if you know someone who's already working there, you can ask them. Question 14. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? They are asking you this question because they want to know if you are an ambitious person and if you have realistic expectations for your career. For my personal response, I wrote, "In 5 years, I would like to reach 1 million subscribers on YouTube and to triple my current income. I expect to have a large collection of long videos. I would like to be considered as one of the top English teachers for Spanish speakers." That's my interview response. Do I really care about that in real life? Not really, but that's what I would say in an interview. Those are the top 14 job interview questions. Job interview questions can be very repetitive. You might find yourself saying the same thing again and again. So before your interview, while you're practicing, you can think about different ways to say the same thing. For example, if you're going to be talking about your experience in your past jobs or your biggest strengths, you can find more than one way to express the same idea that you will probably be saying several times in the interview, just to keep it more interesting so it doesn't sound so repetitive, even though it really is. That's just what job interviews are. They're a little bit ridiculous if you ask me, but they are a necessary evil for many people in their life. So that's why I'm making this video. I don't love them, but they are a reality for many people. I hope this video has helped you. I recommend searching for job interview tips and also looking at other possible questions that they can ask you. There are definitely more than 14 questions that they ask people in job interviews. There are a lot more specific questions pertaining to your line of work that may be a little different from the questions in this video. Please tell me in the comments what you think of the video and what you want to see in the next video or what you want to learn about. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!